The motivational theory of infidelity states that infidelity is driven by dual forces of individual and motivational differences. Individual differences mostly focus on personality factors and sexual attitudes. The major personality trait associated with cheating is agreeableness or disagreeableness, which revolve around people being warm, cooperative, and understanding. Unfaithful people report lower levels of agreeableness and conscientiousness, higher levels of neuroticism, and a more unrestricted sociosexual orientation compared to those who are faithful. Sociosexual orientation also predicts people cheating for sexual desires more than anything else. Some people, especially those who are agreeable, which most women are, tend to be more likely to forgive cheating partners than others are. Infidelity is greatly predicted by high neuroticism, low conscientiousness, and low disagreeableness. Individuals partnered with those who are agreeable may realize that their partners are likely to forgive them, and therefore cheating just for the heck of it or to exploit their partner's personality. Those with permissive sexual attitudes, mostly men and sexually liberated women, are more likely to engage in infidelity compared to those with rather restrictive sexual attitudes. Some studies outline 4 primary reasons for cheating, and they include anger for previous infidelity or getting even, sex-related issues, neglect by one's partner, and dissatisfaction in one's partner. For the record, sexual issues include preferring more sex, different sex, and wanting a variety of partners. The motivations for communicative infidelity, which mostly involves how people interpret their partner's behavior, include jealousy, sociosexuality, sexual preoccupation, sexual depression, and vengefulness. Jealousy entails being threatened by a partner's interaction with rivals. Sociosexuality involves preferring open relationships that offer opportunities for multiple sex partners. Sexual preoccupation encompasses constantly thinking about sex. Sexual depression expresses dissatisfaction with one's sexual life, and vengeance involves payback for past sins or hurtful things done by a partner. The attribution of blame in instances of infidelity, greatly covered by the attribution theory, are highest when extra-pair relationships are motivated by sexual preoccupation, jealousy, and sociosexuality, with the blame being lowest on vengefulness, sexual experimentation, and sexual depression motivation. Hurtful behavior is perceived as more intentional and is associated with extremely negative relational outcomes, including distancing from one's partner and destructive communication. Revenge produces less blame, but, even though one's intentions are more pronounced with vengefulness being the motivation. Other studies divide the reasons for cheating based on the types of infidelity someone engaged in, that is, sexual or emotional infidelity. For instance, the excuses for those who cheat sexually include sexual enjoyment, curiosity, and excitement. For those who cheat emotionally, the justifications include being neglected, companionship, low self-esteem, and intellectual sharing. Excuses in the extrinsic dimension include getting even with a spouse for a cheating history and career advancement, while those in the love dimension include falling out of love with the current partner and/or falling in love with a new partner. Men are more likely to use the excuses in the sexual dimension to justify their infidelity, while the reverse is true for women as they rely on the emotional excuses for their cheating. Women who cheat seem to be more motivated by the desire for closeness, with this desire originating from being neglected in the primary relationship. The motivations for cheating significantly determine whether cheating is followed by forgiveness and growth in a relationship or termination. Some studies have examined how the motive of cheating moderates the relationship between blame attribution, forgiveness, and relationship termination. Some of the highlighted motives for cheating include attraction, experimentation, sexual preoccupation, sexual depression, sociosexuality, jealousy, vengefulness, or not viewing the infidelity as cheating. Sociosexuality, sexual preoccupation, or not viewing the infidelity as cheating have some strongest relationships with the termination of relationships. The perception of cheating as intentional reduces the likelihood of being forgiven because of the need for space by the victim due to toxicity in the relationship. Blame and being intentional are not independently associated with the propensity to revenge, except when attraction is present as a motive for cheating. Intentional cheating manifests in things such as high sexual desire, and failure of the cheater to perceive cheating as actual cheating, or by making excuses. Victims are more willing to forgive cheating due to sexual depression, as they could have an exact idea of what the next course of action should be to avoid cheating in future. If a partner hurt the perpetrator or neglected them sexually, they could be willing to fix that and fix the relationship. Some sources divide the reasons why people forgive cheating partners into 4. Listed in the order or relevance or significance: having children, then similarly engaging in infidelity, commitment that reduces the likelihood of future infidelity, and finally, dependency on one's partner. Forgiving a cheating partner is more likely when children are involved, which ascertains that they receive support from both parents, as well as the fact that they are not exposed to third-party parents who could harm them. Hardly do single parents ever choose to just remain single and focus on raising their children. Involving new partners and children's lives exposes them to the risk of being abused, since they're not related, at least biologically. If people cannot easily find a mate of similar value as the one they already have, they're more inclined to forgive them than to terminate a relationship. The higher likelihood of forgiveness in the context of a mate with high value is based on the risk of terminating a relationship to end up single or a partner of lower value. Forgiving a cheating partner therefore makes sense, as they don't have to deal with the risk of staying single or having to settle for a partner of lower value. Therefore, the ease of replacement has an inverse relationship with that of forgiveness. People heavily dependent on their partner, especially for financial support, are more inclined to stay in a relationship after infidelity so as to continue receiving the underlying benefits. The benefits are of particular importance in the event that the victim cannot find another partner of similar value, in which terminating the relationship means staying single or settling for a partner of lower value. The people who settle only for those with higher value than themselves are not only worried about losing the benefits of their mate once they terminate the relationship, but also the fact that these benefits could be directed towards someone else. In the context of a long-term relationship, strong commitments facilitate forgiveness, since infidelity could be perceived as a product of some circumstance, thereby reducing the costs of forgiveness. Relying on assurances that cheating will never happen again. Women and older adults present greater likelihoods of forgiving cheating partners compared to any other group. Particularly, men are more prone to infidelity than women, which explains why assurances are more important for women. The selection forces that shape individuals' brain function makes them forgive their partners when the benefits of forgiveness exceed the related costs. An example would be, if people have limited access to valuable resources, and they rely on their partners a lot, the benefits of forgiving a cheating partner are considerable. A notable cost of forgiving infidelity is the risk of future infidelity, in which partners rely on assurances that it won't happen again, and that the current experience was regrettable. Coming forward and admitting infidelity has its costs and benefits. On the one hand, the risk of coming forward is that the relationship would be terminated anyway. On the other hand, confessing to infidelity could be perceived as the first step to coming clean, regretting the experience, and showing promise in carrying the relationship forward. Serial cheaters have greater likelihoods of cheating compared to those who cheating was a one-time thing. The circumstances under which cheating occurred are also of special interest when it comes to assurances of the future. For instance, if a partner cheated when they were drunk, then cheating could be perceived as an isolated incident, then easily forgiven. People who have been unfaithful but haven't been caught, or those who plan to cheat in future, are more likely to forgive a cheating partner so that they get to hold the expectation of being forgiven in future. The relationship between revenge cheating and forgiveness is complicated by the fact that those who revenge believe that they have gotten even, with revenge in this case being used as an approach to restoring equality in the relationship. Revenge could show the person who cheated first that their partner was, and still is, heavily invested in the relationship emotionally, and as such, they were hurt so much by their actions. Those caught cheating could use some or all of the reasons listed above for cheating as manipulation and attempts of getting away. For instance, a cheating partner would require the victim to think about their children in an attempt to make them stay. They may also try to convince their victim that cheating was not intended by highlighting some surrounding circumstances, such as being drunk or being starved sexually. Also, cheaters who realize that there is a high possibility of being caught might come out clean beforehand to try sound genuine and raise the chances of being forgiven.